Hey, can you hear me?
You sound weird now.
We're recording right now, so don't say anything crazy, but I had to answer.
No, say all the crazy stuff. All of the crazy stuff.
What kind of dirt do you want?
No.
So
I am the king of dirt.
Which brother is this?
This is Brian.
Okay, Brian.
The good one.
The good one. This is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard stories about the bad one too. So
that
the good one
Daniel.
could. Oh, okay. All right.
I'm Brian.
Brian. Carrie just informed me that she removed and deactivated. Oh, motherfucker. Why do you tell me things that I can't tell other people? Don't do that.
Too late. You have to tell me now.
Carrie's going to tell you now.
Late. I want to know.
You can tell him.
Carrie just informed me that she deactivated her online profile for a dating service.
Good.
Because the guy gave her his phone number.
Oh yeah, get out of there. That's cringe.
That is a red flag, right? Like if you've only been talking for a couple weeks or what, a couple days,
like a day or
like
two.
A night. Okay, so what is it, Brian, in her past that has her so traumatized to the potential of meeting someone that she could potentially form a bond with?
You want me to tell you the truth? You want me to lie to you?
Oh, please lie. No, I'm just kidding.
It's her.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Barrett.
It's her.
This episode of What the Pod Was That is brought to you by BLNK CANVS brand. If you own a business, restaurant, or sports team and you're ready to shake things up with that new, unique image, you need to use BLNK CANVS brand. BLNK CANVS specializes in brand identity, including logos and graphics for business cards, flyers, banners, and signs. BLNK CANVS offers printing services to help with your clothing needs. Look, when it comes to talent and service, there is no one better. For more information, you can search Facebook for BLNK CANVS, or you can email blankcanvas at whatthepodwasthat.com. That's BLNKCANVS at whatthepodwasthat.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com.
What the Pod Was That may have content and language that isn't suitable for some. Listener discretion is advised.
Recorded live from the Maddie Johnson Podcast Studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. This is What the Pod Was That. All material played on the show was found on the internet. The opinions about that material are our own. Please follow the show on Twitter at WhatThePodPod. Let's start the show. Welcome to What the Pod Was That, the podcast that has more dedicated listeners than people interested in seeing Weekend at Bernie's 3 starring Tucker Carlson, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and the corpse of President John Quincy Adams. I am Barrett Gruber. Look, I have to write these.
I had to think.
And make them topical. And
I was like,
do you know who any of those three people are?
I do, but for a moment, I didn't know that's where you were going. I was thinking something else, so I had to a little twist.
Could you imagine a Weekend at Bernie's 3 starring Tucker Carlson, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and...
would watch the fuck out of that.
See?
I'd want to sit, if I could, close to the set while they were recording.
Oh, for sure.
I'd be like, June, I gotta take a week off work. It's awesome. Yeah, right?
Joined by the woman that, according to police reports, is considered a threat to both children and the elderly, Carrie Simmons. Sorry.
Do you feel better about yourself now, Barrett?
Every single time I do these. I think of the podium that I will eventually have to stand. One of these days, I'm just going to do an episode where it is nothing but these snarky intros.
I think it's great that you're so witty, because if I had to come up with something like that, it would take me weeks.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have that kind of wit.
Well, next time we record, you have the opportunity now to think of.
I think I'm gonna start the show next time.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Let's start the show.
We are without
that too.
We are without Zach King, as he is in meetings to open up the first Kingdom dog grooming center. Less details to come on that.
Zach and his little fiefdom.
That's right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate every one of you. Please subscribe to the show. Subscriptions drive searches, and that's how we get new listeners. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcast, you think we're worth it, go ahead and give us one of those 5-star reviews. If you're not on Apple Podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at WhatThePodPod, or you can interact with us by doing Facebook or any of those other things. It's all on our webpage.
There you go.
WhatThePodWasThat.com.
It's all there.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you start again because I think that you've probably already entertained yourself because I heard you laughing as you were reviewing them, and I was in the other room. So Carrie is going to kick it off for us.
I'm just coming out of the gate.
It wasn't even just like a laugh; it was like a cackle.
It was
It was full on. I was concerned she was trying to cough through a heart attack.
And you know what? The thing is, I've got a couple of good ones, so I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's this one.
Okay.
And it's offensive.
Sure.
So let me. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
And I have already sent these to you, by the way.
Good.
Have you tried
Go.
a dating app that's only for little people?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Good question.
I have not tried it, but there is one.
What's it called? Hold on.
Let's guess.
Give us a chance. Give us a chance over here.
I got one. Okay.
What's it called?
Fumble. Is it called Fumble?
That's good. That's good. That is fantastic.
Right.
That is, and that's apropos of the conversation we had before the show. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Fumble.
So for the people who you clearly can't see it, and I know he posts the videos in our show notes, but it is what's the correct term? Little people?
Little people.
It's a little person. And so they were thinking Thumble for a dating app for little people. So dude. That's why I laugh so loud.
That's fantastic. I want to this is okay, so the one I'm going to share, first of all, I didn't know about this guy until I saw it on Jimmy Kimmel this week. But this to me is exactly how every movie theater should have one of these guys.
Very good.
So this is Jason Grosbol.
That's awesome.
From Corpus Christi, Texas.
Look
he
at
is
that.
a
He's
magician.
like a popcorn bartender.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable.
Look at him. They don't pay him enough, whatever it is.
That's awesome.
That's going to be the
found that
best tub
amazing.
of popcorn ever.
Because he layered the butter.
Yeah.
Like, and definitely go check out this video because he went through and he layered the butter, and like shook it up as he was
4 or
doing
5
it.
different layers of butter. And you know what? His line's long. No, I want popcorn from
that
this
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait, and I'm going to get here 20 minutes early so I don't miss the start of the movie so I can get my fucking popcorn.
So Jimmy Kimmel did ask him this week, and again, we record these episodes pretty good distance ahead, but by now, Jimmy Kimmel has hosted the Oscars. Jimmy Kimmel is flying him to the Oscars to serve people popcorn.
Shut. Yeah. Can you imagine? And you know what? One, it's awesome what he does, but two, the people that have recorded him and put it on TikTok or wherever kind of, I don't want to say his supporters or his followers or whatever.
That video has 14.7 million views.
Oh my God.
14.7 million.
Man.
I can only count to 9.
I'm impressed. Okay.
Oh, my parents are proud.
So, don't worry, mine are super proud as well.
What are you doing Saturday? Oh, I got to go into this room with another guy and record something to audio or record audio to eventually publish, and hopefully 9 or 10 people listen.
And I can tell you right now, my mom's going, do you cuss on that podcast too? Because I heard the other one and I just can't. I just can't, Carrie. You say the F word. I just could not. I'm embarrassed for you. Mom, but I totally learned that word from you. You did not.
The you did.
Speaking of which, Christmas Eve, we may or may not have got. I keep saying we and me. When we
all of you?
My entire family. So we're at my mom's house, and this is kind of a normally what we do on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, we go to my mom's, we eat dinner, we play games like card games, whatever. And my parents usually, they do a really good job of making sure that there's prizes, and they want to make sure everybody gets a prize, whatever. But they do like those dollar scratch offs that you could win up to 50, not anything crazy. So that's typically what the prizes are. And so this time we played bingo.
Okay.
And I had been drinking, and so it's me, 2 of my brothers, my 2 kids, and then one of my brother's 3 children.
Okay.
They range from like 7 to 15. So they're young. I can't get a bingo. I've got a shit card. I can't get anything. And we've probably played there's like 3 or 4 games, and then when they do another game, and that was going to be all of it. So I'm kind of complaining, a little bit down from my mom, and I'm complaining. My mom hears, and she says, "What are you saying down there? I'll do what I can. Hopefully, Carrie, you get this one." And I'm like, what do you need? It doesn't matter because I'm not going to win. So I yell it really loud. My son looks at me and he goes, My ears, Mom. Yeah, they're 26. Like, my ears. My mom, like, Carolyn Lee, what are you? My little nieces are like, Dad, I don't know what did she just say? Are we going to tell Mom? Because they're going through a divorce. I'm like, whatever. Christmas is ruined because of me, because I said Christmas Eve.
I just want to point out what I've learned from this story is that your middle name is Lee.
Oh. And my real name is Carolyn.
Carolyn. Actually, I knew that.
I
think I did know that Carolyn was your full name.
God. It was
That's great.
It was, yeah. So my mom still talks about that. I got a text message the other day about how the highlights of Christmas Eve were that
demolished.
Yeah, was
the amount of disappointment that took over when Carrie said the word.
Yeah, was that you said Christmas Eve on the the day before the night of the Lord was whatever. I'm like, okay, Mom.
That's great.
So,
not to laugh at your, sad, sad Christmas Eve.
I loved it. I had a great time.
Yeah, sure.
All right, are we ready?
I am.
Jerome, delete the video, bro. Delete the video. We can fix this. I was a cop for 10 years, Jerome. I seen some dumb shit. This might top the list. You committing whole ass arsons out here like cheese.
I have to admit, it would probably be in his best interest
to delete the video.
Start over, point at a different house. Something else. It would make sense.
He didn't give a It's like he's got his selfie stick, or he's just I love how he pans the whole house behind him that's on fire with almost a like a grin on his face.
He's excited. Oh, he's excited.
Like, I can't wait to see what happens next.
He's excited. All right. This is this is going to be my first one. And this is this is
your second one.
There is what did I say first?
First one.
Oh, my bad. I told you the counting thing. Just way off.
Only to 9.
There is this theory that Stevie Wonder can see.
Yeah, and it came from Shaq, right?
Well, other people have said it too.
Okay.
I mean, there's videos to show where he has literally walked up to a microphone. There wasn't any it doesn't make sense as to how he's
But you know what? I don't know that we've known as fans how blind he.
Right. Yeah, because blind has different levels.
Yeah.
There's blind where you can't see anything. There are blind people that have vision that basically
shadows
they can see shadows
like
and white
that,
light.
Yeah.
But this was now I feel like I shouldn't play it, but here we go.
There's no way this
Don't
is true.
do it.
You think Stevie Wonder can see?
Listen, I'm saying we lived in a building together. I'm coming to the first floor that day. Stevie got in. I'm standing in the corner. I didn't say nothing. And he looked over and he's like, "What up, Big Diesel?" And he turned his head, hit his button, and got off.
What y'all don't know, Stevie can
Anthony
see.
Anderson.
Stevie flew me to Tobago one time for a jazz festival that he was producing. And I'm on stage with Chris Tucker and Johnny Gill. Stevie walks on stage, walks to me, looks me dead in my eye and says, "Anthony, get me to a piano." I was like, "Stevie, well, hell, if you just walked to me, you could have walked to the piano."
He's right.
You let Stevie Wonder
Elton
drive
John.
your snowmobile. Now,
Look at his face.
I was at the Caribou Ranch in Netherlands, and I was recording. It was thick snow, and Stevie wanted to go out in a snowmobile. And we thought, okay, that's another rival gone.
First of all, I love Elton John.
I do too.
Not only as an artist, but he was at a concert back in it was October, so it was the end of the Major League Baseball season, 2022, and the Braves had just swept the Mets. And he was in New York. He was playing in New York. I think that may not be right, but
on stage, someone told him in his ear, "Hey, the Braves just clinched the National League East," and like he made that announcement during his concert.
Oh, that's cool
because he lives in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't know that.
He's a
He
huge
lives in the
Braves fan.
States?
Yeah. He's got a home in Buckhead. So.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But so yeah, I love Elton John. But yeah, that was So Stevie Wonder, there is a conspiracy that he can see.
I'm gonna need Stevie Wonder to make a statement.
He's never gonna do it.
Stevie Wonder.
He's never gonna do it.
Come on, my guy. Help us out.
See, and I'm also of the mindset that Joe Walsh from the Eagles can't see. So that dude, I love him. Anyway. All right, Carrie's.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna roll with this one.
All right, here we go.
What Dawson got for Christmas from Santa? What Dawson got for Christmas from Santa?
I want to hear it again. The kid,
he's like what, 6, 7,
something like that. So the kid for Christmas got something something for Christmas that's inside the garage, but the garage door was not all the way up. So he ran head first, like he was trying to duck. Like if he hadn't ducked, it would have hit his chest. But he went down, and then went down again.
Smash his whole.
He hit hard.
What I love about that is it doesn't look like Mom stopped recording for a minute.
She
like
did not.
She just was like, dude.
Yeah, that'll roll right into my next one because there are things that parents will record and then post.
You know what? We don't plan this, but sometimes it works out really well.
It does work out really well. So my next video is a father and a son playing baseball in the backyard. But it's a different way of playing baseball. So he's pitching to his son using a tennis racket and a tennis ball. So he's hitting the tennis balls to him. So
that was better than mine. Yours.
You're throwing a cookie too. I was throwing it 100 miles an hour.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Foul ball.
You're a little bit faster than that.
All right.
Not really fast.
Oh, you know what?
How else do you think that's going to end?
You know what? I thought it was going to be the dad.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the dad that was going to get the ball to the balls.
Yeah, the kid took the brunt of that one. That was good.
You know what? Typically it is the father though.
Oh, for sure. Although his mastery of the tennis ball and the tennis racket is on point.
I'm glad. Yeah, but when you said it, I'm like, okay, I think like visually, I need to see things. It's hard for me to kind of absorb.
It's an awkward way of pitching.
It's a lazy
coming
way.
from someone that's pitched. It's really an awkward way. Have you shared all yours?
I've got one more.
Okay.
If we have,
we got bukus of time. We've told far less stories this time.
I mean, we can get back on. Okay, so I thought this was funny. This is my last one, though. Okay,
all right.
So are you ready?
I am.
Well, you know what? I know you said you had bukus of time. However, we did have some story time before we.
Yeah, we did. And I could include
Pieces.
a little bit of that. Yeah. There was a phone call.
Yeah.
I could include the phone call.
That was comical.
Yeah.
And unexpected.
Yeah, that was
oh shit, what happened?
There was a lot
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
It just saddens me that no matter what people think about me, they still won't understand that I will not give a
Oh no.
Oh shit.
I had one of those cars.
What the fuck? It's just
I had one of those.
I've never, you know what? I don't want to say never. Because that would be extremely embarrassing and probably more frustrating. I just wouldn't know what to do. I oftentimes feel like, with the exception of our earlier conversation, normally I know what to do.
Yeah.
That I would just be like, I don't know what to do.
Well, he did the right thing. Go ahead and repeat exactly what you did to cause it. So a guy's sitting in his car, and I don't know what story he was going to tell, but his exasperation about whatever it was he was going to tell us, he unleashed it on the horn of his car. And when he did, the horn would not stop blowing. And what you see in the video, if you go back and look, is him
frantically trying to figure out how to make this horn stop beeping.
Yeah.
Horning? No, horning sounds wrong.
Well, beeping doesn't sound right.
Blaring.
Blaring.
Yeah.
How to shut the damn thing off.
You know what's funny? I knew. I was friends with somebody through my ex-wife whose name was Blair, and I don't know that her parents. I have to assume that her parents named her after like her 3rd or 4th month because all she did was Blair.
Blair's an old name too, right?
Yeah.
Like I think about what was that? There was
You're
a
Golden Girls fan.
Oh, dude, no, yeah, I love a Golden Girl. But
I still think about the joke.
That's Blanche, though.
That's true. I still think about the joke about what a Golden Girls cruise would be like. It's just everybody in black mourning their deaths.
That's so cool. You know what? I don't know that I've Googled that since we talked about it last. And
Yeah.
It's been a few months. I need to look that up because there's supposed to be a Golden Girls cruise, and I would live for that. I would. I'm not even ashamed. I'm proud to say I'd spent a lot of money on a cruise.
Did you see Night Court is coming back?
No.
Do you remember Night Court?
I do.
With Judge Harry Stone and John Larroquette was one of the lawyers.
And the blonde that everybody thought was whatever her name was, and I can't remember. Are they all alive? Isn't somebody dead?
No. Judge Harry Stone. He passed away a few years ago.
Okay.
And the guy that was the
tall guy.
Yeah, the tall bald headed guy. I believe he passed away.
Okay.
I believe he did. But yeah, John Larroquette's back on it, and it's actually the girl who played one of the wives from The Big Bang Theory, Bernadette. She is actually the daughter of Judge Harry Stone, so she is now the judge.
Oh.
So
you know what? I have
starts airing this week.
I did not. Okay, so I have clearly Big Bang Bernadette, but there was one other thing that I saw her. Oh, she played in
She was a singer?
No, she played in Sookie Stackhouse, the True Blood. She played the girlfriend. Do you remember the
I never watched it.
Oh yeah. So she played the girlfriend of the guy that was in love with Jessica and ended up marrying Jessica. And so for you fans of True Blood, when I first watched it, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but I go back and rewatch some shows at times, and I was like, oh my God, she was the girlfriend.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So Bernadette,
whatever her real name
Melissa
is.
Rausch, I think. Yeah, Melissa Rausch.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, well, since you have no more to share, I'm going to share.
Do it.
This one is, it's a parody of a song we all know, but it really makes you think, so I'm just going to.
I have so many questions now for Stacy's mom. Stacy's mom, like, why did she come out with just a towel on? Towel on. When she knew that kid was gonna mow her grass.
It's a good question.
Mow her grass. Stacy's mom is like the people Chris Hansen would catch. Hansen would catch. And I know growing up it was a fantasy, but it hits a little different now that I'm 33. Stacy's mom, she put some clothes on. He's just a kid and it feels so wrong. Stacy, can't you see this could be a felony? I know it's just a song, but something's wrong with Stacy's mom.
That was awesome. And you know what? Zach normally plays those.
Yeah.
So that was good. I hate that he wasn't here to hear that.
He'll hear it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
That guy needs like 100,000.
2.1 million views so far.
Okay.
For that one.
I
2.1 million.
He needs
I don't know what at point they become
like 10 million.
monetary or monetized.
I think it's every million.
Wow. I did
Don't
look
quote me. I don't know. I
did look something
heard.
up. Do you know who Mr. Beast is?
Mr.
Okay, so when you go home, YouTube, or when you get an opportunity, if you're in the airport or whatever, look up Mr. Beast and just watch. He's basically he takes the money that he makes from YouTube. He's a huge philanthropist, which sounds like it should be a crime, but it's not. Philanthropist means he's very charitable and gives away money. Isn't that the wrong word?
It's not.
That's the wrong word for that.
It's not a great
isn't
word
it?
because you hear it and you want to think I want to be mad at this person, but you can't because they really do good things.
You know, our neighbor down the street, Tim, he got picked up for philanthropy, and
you'd be like,
"Isn't it weird?" That's a weird word for that.
It's a weird word.
Yeah. So, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, philanthropy, weird word. Anyway, Mr. Beast is a guy on YouTube, makes millions of dollars. In fact, since December, he is now making more than $2 million a month on what he puts on YouTube. Oh, wow. And he started out as just a guy that was filming himself playing Minecraft, and has moved up to these huge things. Like he gave away an island that he had purchased with the money. It's amazing what he does. And if I had any of those, Mr. Beast, it's fantastic. That does not segue into this
scrambled eggs, but like your wife just left you for another man. How am I even supposed to?
This is acting.
Breakfast. It's time to fucking get started. Today, I guess we're making breakfast for one that is unlovable and lost his way. This episode is sponsored by Wife Thief Pilates. Their slogan is "Send your wife to Wife Thief Pilates if you want to slowly lose her to a trainer named Antonia." Scrambled eggs. Some people like them, some people hate them. Some people think that you add too much cream to yours. Start off with 4 eggs. We're gonna start off with 2 eggs.
Is he hungover or drunk? Oh shit!
2 eggs and drop method them, but not the way that I just did it on the floor. Stab through the yolks like they're holes in your husband's heart. You can stir a little or a lot. Make it over easy. You can make an omelet out of eggs. Or just take your partner out for brunch every once in a while. You can do that. You can work less. Stop snoring so goddamn much in your sleep. You can lose a couple of pounds. I guess stir them for now. A little bit of milk. Like she always told you, don't use so much, you slob. Butter if you want. None of it matters. You got the induction burner you got her for her birthday. Put that in.
Oh, I thought it was on.
Stir it more if you want little curds. Stir it less if you want big curds. And just don't pay attention to it if you want it to screw its trainer every Saturday when you think she's exercising. Personally, I like a bigger curd, so I try not to stir it that much. Stepping all over egg whites still. Keep your composure. Keep your composure. Keep your fucking composure. Anyway, it looks like our curds are starting to form. See how it's starting to do this? This isn't even the right pan. Use a non-stick if you have one. As you can see here, some larger curds are beginning to form. I'm just not doing so good, gang. They're pretty much done. I like a softer scramble. You never did, but I guess that doesn't matter anymore. Some salt, black pepper. You can put this on a plate if you want. None of mine are clean. Thanks for watching. I hope your life isn't a living hell of your own creation.
Oh my God.
So essentially somebody comments into him and gives him a scenario that he then plays out.
Okay.
So.
But look, that was tragic and so good. Like, I believed him. You know, like I thought, like, man, this guy's really suffering.
This is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Coming from my perspective, having not seen it before or read the comment or whatever, I was like, oh, I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry for you.
This poor guy. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna play one last one. You have a cat? No cat. No cat. I
know I had a cat when I was younger. We had a cat named Fremont and a cat named Baby Cakes.
I have told my friends that are single that them introducing cats into their lives is basically a way of saying I've given up on dating. You've
That's
graduated.
why you asked me.
Yeah, you've graduated into a different echelon.
I don't have cats now. I have a dog, and I'm on the waiting list for a new dog.
Oh, okay.
And she should be born within the next week or two. She'll be.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's exciting.
So I should be able to pick her out when I come back from Belize. But I hope that doesn't put me into old cat lady category.
No.
Or
there
pathetic cat lady category.
So there's a cross diagram of a line diagram that shows your age compared to the number of cats that you have.
Oh.
And then a line that depicts basically the point at which dating is no longer an option. So the line starts out way high with cats.
So let me say, so when I was active on the dating app, and there were a couple of guys.
Were there any questions about cats?
No, but
okay.
it was a red flag for me, right, wrong, or indifferent when a single guy had 2 cats.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would hit the little red X or the little like,
sure, that's valid.
No,
that's valid.
And now I think you've just supported, my thought process on that.
Look, cats are little bags of sociopathy. They are little bags of sociopathy. That have the personality of Hitler, but just less ambition.
Okay, I gotta see this video.
This is
sociopathy.
Sociopathy.
Got it. Okay.
It's
hard to say.
Sociopathy.
It's hard to say.
They're sociopathic.
There you go.
Here's this is a daughter who has been asking her father if they can get a cat.
Oh.
So a family cat. And I'm just gonna say this first. I am perfectly fine with families owning cats.
Yeah, but not.
But as a single person interested in potentially procreating at some point later in the future, which I know. This is the father's reaction to his daughter asking about if they can get a cat.
Dad, okay, seriously. I was literally trying to answer a question and mind the gap. It's not that serious. Oh, yes, I still want a cat, but it's got nothing to... Dad, seriously, stop! Seriously. Are you serious?
That's great.
Which I am fortunate in my house.
That's great.
We can't get a cat because I'm allergic. So
you know what? Everybody who doesn't want a cat should just say automatically.
I have paperwork. I have paperwork to back it up, though. So I do. In fact, have paperwork to back it up. So I will take it and roll with it.
Do you have a dog? I
do.
Is that different though? The allergy?
I'm actually allergic to the dog too.
So any dander, any pet dander?
Yeah. It's basically skin flaking off creates dust, and dust is
okay. So like it wouldn't matter because there are some dogs that are hypoallergent. Like my dog doesn't shed. You would still be allergic to like that kind of.
I would
dog.
claim to still be allergic to that dog.
Got it. I mean, okay. I got you. Curious.
That's why we haven't recorded the show from your house yet. I'm just kidding.
You know what? I thought about putting Puppy in his little. I call it a papoose. So I'll put him in that and take it. So I've thought about it. I'm like, nah, I don't feel like dealing with it. But
I just so you know, I'm gonna have to reassess whether it's cats and potentially dogs.
Oh, my brother Brian, the one that called a little bit ago. So I don't know if my dog had a episode recently where he had he was sick, and since my kids moved out like 3 years ago, it's just been us. And I got to be honest with you, I didn't realize how difficult of a transition it had been because I've kind of taken the things that I would do for Charles and Chandler and honestly just applying them to Puppy. It didn't hit me until recently. Puppy got sick and I'm just like, I know something's wrong with him, whatever. So I took him to the vet on a Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like something's wrong, right? And I showed the lady a video. She's, you know what? He's reacting, pretty well to this physical examination. Let me draw a little bit of blood. Okay. So she goes, go in the waiting room and, take Puppy with you and go to the waiting room. All right. So I'm in the waiting room and it's going to take about 30 seconds to look at the
test.
blood.
Yeah.
So she calls me back and I walk in. The vet is in the room, which they're never in the room.
Oh, wow.
So I get in and she shuts the door and she goes, well, it's not that bad. And when I started crying immediately. And so his liver enzymes were messed up and his pancreatitis. And so she wanted to keep him overnight. I'm like, no, he's not staying here. No, I'm not leaving him here. I don't want him to be here by himself, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
So he had a little IV in him and left. And so for 3 days, I cried like a baby, like a baby. And then my brother was staying with me at the time. I guess he'll be leaving maybe in the next week or so. But I told him, I said, dude, I think I got a problem. He's like, why do you think that? And I told him. He said, Carrie, he said, yeah, you got a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I think that you probably should maybe consider getting help. So the vet said to me, what she's tried to do before, she said, Carrie, you want to, puppies, he'll be 13 soon. You want to start thinking about what's going to happen when, and I had to stop her. I was like, I'm not having this conversation with you.
Yeah.
And then she goes, well, when my grandmother was sick, I'm like, no, we're not having the conversation. And so I hope, honestly, by getting this new dog, that it'll make it a little easier, one, but two, like it's bad. Like, I felt like my kid was, it was.
And I will confess, and this would probably be supported by a mutual friend of ours, that I probably have an unhealthy response to abandonment and loss, because I know which celebrities' passings are going to take me out for like a week. Like when Willie Nelson goes, that's it. Because I grew up listening to Willie Nelson and having seen him throughout the entire course of my life. I've met him twice when I worked in country radio.
Oh, wow.
So he is genuinely just a fantastic human being. And I know that when he goes, which is probably going to be soon.
How old is he now?
I don't know, but we lost Barbara Walters recently. That was
and mine was Betty White last year.
Yeah.
Like it hurt me.
Oh, Norm Macdonald. I was crushed.
I was shocked.
Norm Macdonald was crushing for me.
Man.
And then and Bob Saget. That was another one. Because Bob Saget was like, as I was growing up, we've been a year out from that now, but Bob Saget's passing was like, he was America's dad. Even though he was a horribly blue comic.
Yeah.
But
you never knew, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that. And that's one of the reasons, like, I was very apprehensive about getting another dog after we lost my cat and my dog when the girls were very young, when the twins were very young. So I was very apprehensive about getting another animal because I get attached to them, and then they can't tell you what's wrong with them. They can't tell you how they feel, and it
makes it worse.
Yeah.
It makes it worse. But I couldn't think of the word, but my brother literally said it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I thought he was joking. I looked at him. He's like, I'm dead serious. He's like, he said, we've talked about it without me inside the family. Like, we're going to have to figure out what to do. And Christy's like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Your family's having discussions about this without you there?
No, while I'm not there.
Wow.
Which is telling.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking, when that happened, I put something on Facebook that was like, it proves two things, something, puppy's got to live forever. And I thought, man, our bodies are born, our bodies are made to be born and to die, right?
Yeah, correct.
And that's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. And I know that, but it's going to be, I'm probably going to have to take a week off of work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watering up right now thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Stop that. Well, the things we've learned this week. Avoid relationships with Carrie, whether you are human or inhuman, or pet.
It's so
because it's gonna have terrible effects
on me,
on her, and then her friends are the ones that have to figure out where she's hiding.
And the thing is like, I think like, oh man, I think I would like to be in a relationship again.
Yeah.
I just can I just be in one?
In my head.
I'm just like, can I dream of Genie, like blink and like, hey, can I just be in one?
Yeah. Or can I just be at the end of one? Yeah.
Right? Like,
can I just look back and be like, oh, those were some good memories.
We've gotten through all the bullshit. It's been so nice. Like The Good Place.
That was a great show. That was a really good show.
It was. All right.
Well, we'll wrap it up. That'll do it for this week's episode of What the Pod Was That. I almost said a different podcast, but it's the dementia and whatnot. So next episode, I imagine that we will probably have Zach back.
And we'll have Carrie back, and it'll be me, so I'm sorry.
Thank you, Nick the Geek, engineer and producer, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. Check out details on how you can utilize his talent and production expertise at gotsoundstudio.com. If it seems like these episodes are too far apart, you can check out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host the All About Nothing podcast with Trent Clark, available on most of your podcast listening platforms. You can visit theallaboutnothing.com for links and details. Carrie hosts another very popular podcast with her partner Chrissy, Status Macabre, on most of the podcast platforms as well. Find details at statusmacabre.com. As well, you should check out our own DJ Lonzo's Top 5, hosted by Trent Clark, available on most of your podcast platforms. And you can check out Welcome to Wonderland, hosted by Ami Bland, available all over the podcastverse. Follow Zach King on Twitter at CarolinaKing21. You can follow Carrie Simmons on Twitter at Carrie_Simmons. You can follow me, Barrett Gruber, at Barrett Gruber. And you can follow the show on Twitter at WhatThePodPod. If you'd like to suggest something to share on the show, you can email suggestions at whatthepodwasthat.com, or you can tweet us. For more information and links, visit our website, whatthepodwasthat.com.
That'll do for this week. Everybody stay safe, and if Zach were here, he'd tell you to please keep your hands to yourself.
This What the Pod Was That episode was recorded live from the Maddie Johnson Podcast Studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. What the Pod Was That is produced and engineered by Neek the Geek, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. To support the show, please follow us on Twitter at WhatThePodPod. What the Pod Was That is an entertainment product of Barrett Gruber. Special thanks to Carrie Simmons, Zach King, Muff the producer, Neek the Geek, and you, our listeners. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. Thank you for listening. Hello, podcast listener. My name is Barrett, and along with a couple friends, Zach and Trent, I host the All About Nothing podcast. A weekly discussion about news, entertainment, politics, sports, and more. We give our honest opinions about the information that's most affecting the world. Sometimes serious, sometimes funny, but never not interesting. It's the All About Nothing podcast with Zach King, Trent Clark, and Barrett Gruber. Get it wherever you listen to podcasts, or visit theallaboutnothing.com for links. The All About Nothing podcast. It's likely to be the best part of your week. What the Pod Was That is a part of the GOT Podcast Network and a product of Barrett Gruber Entertainment and Media. This episode of What the Pod Was That is brought to you by GOT Sound Studio. GOT Sound Studio offers a variety of experiences: music, voice, and instrumental recording and production, video, and still photography. GOT Sound Studio has all of your media needs met. Owned and operated by Dominique Stewart, the Neek the Geek, experienced artists as well as up-and-coming will find everything they need to create. Bring your media needs to one of the most talented producers and engineers in the business, Neek the Geek. You can find details by visiting gotsoundstudio.com or calling 803-243-2302. You can also find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com.